The girl suddenly realizes her boyfriend's eyes are changing color. Then the woman in front of her, as if being controlled, slowly walks away. Li Dan is terrified. She knows her boyfriend isn't human, but she never thought he'd do something like this. The nine-tailed fox tries to explain, but Li Dan shakes him off. Li Dan despises him for hurting others to get their energy. She's so disappointed. Intimate photos of the nine-tailed fox and the female teacher spread everywhere. When the female fox sees them, she immediately understands his purpose. She happens to see Li Dan looking devastated, and guesses what happened. Though she doesn't want to get involved, she still calls out to Li Dan, using dinner as an excuse. She takes her away. During the meal, the female fox starts defending the nine-tailed fox. This isn't his fault. You have to understand he's a fox who's been cultivating for hundreds of years. If he wanted to do it without anyone knowing, that would be easy. He wouldn't even tell you the fox bead would absorb your energy. But he didn't do that. This time though, his bead started turning blue. Li Dan asks curiously what turning blue means. The female fox explains, the red bead absorbs human energy and turns blue. Then they become human. Didn't you know that? Ever since the nine-tailed fox met you, his bead started changing color. It's only halfway blue though. That's why the nine-tailed fox did this. Hearing that the nine-tailed fox might become human, she immediately says she has something urgent to do. The urgent thing is to find the nine-tailed fox. The nine-tailed fox speaks first, saying he was wrong. He shouldn't have disregarded her feelings, and promises he won't do anything impulsive again. But Li Dan grabs his hand, acting cute. She asks him to let her nurture his bead, but the nine-tailed fox immediately refuses, says he doesn't want to see her lose her energy.
어르신은 나한테 고작 아니거든요?
The nine-tailed fox tells her to calm down. Don't be impulsive. Li Dan takes action instead. She grabs his mouth trying to absorb it. No choice. The nine-tailed fox has to use his invisibility to leave first. When the nine-tailed fox arrives at the office, Li Dan is already waiting there for him. The nine-tailed fox has to use invisibility again. After using invisibility several times, the nine-tailed fox suddenly feels drained. The female fox happens to pass by and sees this. As one of his kind, the female fox can't help but care about him. But she doesn't know the nine-tailed fox doesn't have much time left to help the nine-tailed fox become human faster. The female fox finds Li Dan, asks if she wants advice to make the nine-tailed fox obediently submit. Li Dan wonders what method could work on such a cunning fox. The female fox tells her one thing: you need to become like a fox too. You know, a fox's specialty is setting traps. So she finds Jie, asks her to cooperate in setting a trap. No, in putting on a show. She says it's to help test whether the female fox has feelings for Jie. Speaking of the female fox, Jie's heart softens, so the two immediately take action. They deliberately act intimate in front of everyone. Sure enough, the nine-tailed fox is unhappy seeing this. When the female fox happens to come by, she also sees how close they are. She can't help wondering, their friendship wouldn't cross the line, would it, the whole way? The female fox keeps thinking about this. She never imagined the trick she taught Li Dan would be used on her, so she convinces herself not to care about these human trivial matters. It has nothing to do with her, but she doesn't realize, seeing them so intimate, her heart aches. That night Li Dan sees the red thread on her hand pulled taut, so she picks up the knife from the trash can, then slashes down with one cut. Something eerie happens.